Let's be blunt. For men over 50, things start to slow down. The energy you used to have isn't there when you wake up. Mental sharpness fades, and finding the right word can feel like a struggle. And performance in the bedroom? It can become a source of stress, not pleasure. Doctors might offer you a prescription pill, but that's just a temporary fix for one symptom. It's a band-aid on a complex machine. Today, we're not talking about temporary fixes. We're talking about rebooting the entire system. We're going to cover 4 science-backed herbs that address the root cause of this decline, your circulation. And number 1 on this list is a genuine game changer. We're counting down from 4 to 1, breaking down the specific job of each herb for your body. Let's start with number 4. Herb number 4, hawthorn, the protector. Think of this as a foundational upgrade for your body's most critical system, the cardiovascular network. Before we talk about boosting performance, we have to talk about durability. That's hawthorn's job. Its primary function is to protect and maintain the long-term health of your heart muscle and the structural integrity of your arterial walls. Your blood vessels aren't just pipes. They are active, muscular tissues lined with a delicate layer called the endothelium. This lining is ground zero for cardiovascular health. With age, stress, and poor diet, this lining gets damaged by oxidative stress. Think of it as cellular rust. This damage makes the vessels stiff and less responsive. The power of hawthorn comes from its high concentration of specific antioxidants, primarily oligomeric proanthocyanidins, or OPCs. You don't need to remember the name, just its function. These OPCs are like a high-tech anti-rust coating for your arteries. They neutralize the free radicals that cause this damage, protecting the endothelium and allowing it to function properly. A healthy endothelium is what produces nitric oxide in the first place. So, hawthorn isn't forcing dilation. It's restoring the system's natural ability to dilate itself when needed. Let's expand the engineering analogy. Imagine the hoses in a classic car's engine. After 50 years, the original rubber becomes hard, cracked, and brittle. You wouldn't just try to force more fluid through them. You'd replace them with new, reinforced silicone hoses. Hawthorn is that upgrade. It helps your body rebuild and maintain flexible, resilient hoses to prevent catastrophic failure down the line. This isn't about a quick boost. It's about ensuring the hardware is sound. For erectile health, this is the non-negotiable foundation. If the plumbing is old and rigid, no amount of water pressure will fix the problem long-term. Hawthorn fortifies the plumbing itself. For practical application, while hawthorn berry tea is pleasant, for a therapeutic dose, you should look for standardized extracts in capsule form. The label should indicate that it's standardized to a certain percentage of flavonoids or OPCs. This ensures you're getting a consistent, potent dose. One crucial note, because it works directly on the cardiovascular system, if you are on any heart or blood pressure medication, it is absolutely essential to talk to your doctor before adding this to your routine. This is about smart system engineering, not reckless experimentation. Now that we've covered our first point, and you've gotten a taste of the real value we're providing today, I'd love to know where you're joining us from. Let me know in the comments. It's great to see how far this practical health information is spreading. And if this is the kind of direct, no-nonsense health information you've been looking for, take a second to subscribe to the channel. We don't do fluff, we deliver actionable intelligence. Herb number 3, garlic, the power booster. All right, we've done the system maintenance with hawthorn. Now let's talk about adding a turbo button. That's garlic. Its main job is to directly and dramatically boost your body's production of nitric oxide. Here's the biochemistry. Simplified. A raw garlic clove contains a compound called alliin and an enzyme called alliinase, held in separate compartments. When you crush, chop, or chew the clove, you break down these walls and they mix. This chemical reaction creates the potent, biologically active compound we know as allicin. This is why you must let crushed garlic sit for 10 to 15 minutes before heating it. to allow this reaction to reach its full potential. Allicin is the trigger. It stimulates an enzyme in your body called nitric oxide synthase, NOS. This is the enzyme that converts an amino acid, L-arginine, into pure nitric oxide. So garlic is essentially hitting the accelerator on your body's nitric oxide factory. This is the direct performance enhancer for blood flow. This is the exact same pathway that prescription ED drugs are designed to target, but they do it by inhibiting another enzyme to keep nitric oxide around longer. Garlic works on the production side. It helps you make more of it in the first place. Let's refine the engine analogy. This is a dual action upgrade. The nitric oxide boost is like installing a bigger fuel pump for a massive surge in power. But garlic also helps lower LDL, or bad cholesterol, and makes blood platelets less sticky. That's like using a high-grade fuel injector cleaner at the same time. You're increasing raw power and improving the efficiency and cleanliness of the fuel delivery. For those who can't handle fresh garlic or want a consistent high-potency dose without the odor, aged garlic extract, AG, is a superior option. The aging process converts the unstable allicin into more stable and well-researched compounds, like S-allylcysteine, which have proven cardiovascular benefits without the pungency. It's a refined, high-performance version of the raw material. Don't underestimate this common bulb. It's a biochemical powerhouse that provides an immediate and tangible boost to your entire circulatory system. Herb number 2, ginkgo biloba, the micromanager. So we've protected the system with hawthorn and boosted the main lines with garlic. Now we need to get that power to the most difficult to reach places. Number 2, ginkgo biloba is a specialist. Its primary function is to optimize your body's microcircuitry. The major arteries are just the highways. The real work happens in the microscopic side streets, the capillaries. These tiny vessels feed your brain cells, your retinal nerves, and the delicate nerve endings critical for sexual response. As we age, this microcirculation is often the first thing to decline. Ginkgo works here in 2 distinct ways. First, its active compounds, flavone glycosides and terpene lactones, signal these tiny vessels to dilate, forcing blood into tissues that might otherwise be starved for oxygen. Second, and perhaps more importantly, it reduces blood viscosity. Let's be clear about what that means. Think about trying to push thick honey through a very thin straw. It takes a huge amount of pressure and moves very slowly. Now imagine trying to push water through that same straw. It flows effortlessly. That's the difference ginkgo can make. By making blood platelets less sticky or sludgy, it allows the blood to penetrate deep into these high-resistance microvessels without the heart having to work overtime. This is the mechanism behind ginkgo's fame as a cognitive enhancer. By pushing more oxygen-rich, low-viscosity blood into the brain's microcircuitry, it clears brain fog and enhances neural processing speed. This is directly tied to libido. Sexual arousal is a complex neurological event. A brain that is getting optimal fuel and oxygen is a brain that can initiate and sustain the complex cascade of signals required for a physical response. It strengthens the mind-body connection at a fundamental, circulatory level. When looking for a supplement, you cannot just buy ground-up leaves. The gold standard in clinical research is a highly concentrated extract, often referred to as EGB 761, which is standardized to contain 24% flavone glycosides and 6% terpene lactones. This label is your guarantee of potency. A critical warning: because it has a significant blood-thinning effect, if you are on any prescription blood thinners like warfarin, or even take a daily aspirin, you must consult your doctor. Combining them is not safe. Have any of you ever tried ginkgo for cognitive benefits? I'm interested to hear about your real-world experiences with it. Let me know in the comments. Herb number 1, Panax ginseng, the System Regulator. We've covered protection, power, and precision, but none of that matters if the master controller is offline. Our number 1, Panax ginseng, is the System Regulator. Its job isn't just about blood flow, It's about managing your core energy and stress at a hormonal level. For men, the ultimate enemy of vitality is chronic, unmanaged stress. The primary stress hormone is cortisol. Think of cortisol and testosterone as being on a biological seesaw. When cortisol is high, testosterone is suppressed. It's an immutable law of male physiology. Chronic stress keeps your testosterone pinned to the ground. Panax ginseng is the king of adaptogens. Its active compounds are a complex group of saponins called ginsenosides. The genius of these compounds is that they don't just force a single action, they modulate. They help your body's stress response system, the HPA axis, become more efficient. It stops the system from overreacting to minor stressors and dumping excessive cortisol into your blood. Let's use a factory analogy. Imagine your body's resources are a factory budget. When you're under constant stress, the factory manager, your adrenal system, diverts all the money and energy to the crisis management department, producing cortisol. This leaves the research and development and high-performance departments, testosterone production, immune function, chronically underfunded. Ginseng acts like a new COO, stepping in to rebalance the budget. It calms the crisis manager and reallocates resources back to the high-performance departments so they can function optimally. On top of this master regulatory function, ginseng also independently boosts nitric oxide production, adding a powerful physical component to its hormonal benefits. It's working on both the physical mechanics and the core operating system. This is why numerous scientific reviews have found it to be one of the most effective natural herbs for improving erectile function and overall stamina. For a high-potency option, look for supplements specifically labeled as Korean red ginseng. The process of steaming and drying the root is believed to alter the ginsenoside profile, making it more bioavailable and effective. So, let's recap the mission. We have 4 tools for a complete system reboot. Number 4, hawthorn, the protector, for long-term durability of your heart and arteries. Number 3, garlic, the power booster, for an immediate potent nitric oxide surge. Number 2, ginkgo, the micromanager, for precision delivery to your brain and nerve endings. And number 1, Panax ginseng, the system regulator, to manage stress, balance hormones, and rebuild your core energy. This isn't just a list of herbs. This is a strategic plan. It's about approaching your health like an engineer, identifying the root cause of the system's slowdown and installing targeted upgrades to fix it. It's about taking back control. You have the ability to make intelligent, informed decisions to rebuild your vitality from the ground up. The years ahead don't have to be a story of decline. They can be a story of smart, strategic renewal. If you're ready to stop putting band-aids on problems and start re-engineering your health, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. We're here to give you the blueprint. Thank you for watching. Now go put this intelligence to work.